Okay, everyone, so we are going to create another placemat doily. You can place it anywhere. You can add them together, make it as a table runner by adding 2 or 3, depending upon the size of your table or your buffet, anywhere basically. So it's going to be a fast tutorial. I was requested to do a doily with possibly white and royal blue because they are so tempted to try different colors, but they're afraid. And I understand that because I used to be very scared at the beginning to try different colors, especially with these type of colors. You know, it was always either the off-white, the white, the cream, the beige, the light yellow, baby blue, very light. So yeah, okay, so we're going to do this for the pleasure of mixing colors. It's going to be very easy. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. I can't stress enough to ask you guys to do it. That's the least you can do for us creators in order to have the channel to be rolling worldwide, being recognized, and having people to come and subscribe. That's the only way we can really survive and continue this art, because it's very hard to just keep creating so many different pieces and not getting recognition for it. It gets complicated. Okay, so 2.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and of course I have a pair of scissors somewhere. And a pair of scissors. These are 100% cotton thread. They're Portugal brands. They're similar to Aunt Lydia number 3. Aunt Lydia number 3 is a bit thicker, so the pattern will become bigger. Okay, in case in some countries like islands, it's very hard to get Aunt Lydia number 3, you can double or triple your number 10 thread. Most islands do have number 10 thread from Aunt Lydia, so you can do that, and you should get the right size of doily. I'm going to use the royal blue and then the white to finish my edges, just, you know, to get that beautiful colors coming through. So I did a magic circle. If you're having a hard time with magic circle, do a 6 chain. I'm coming in, I did 1 chain just to secure it, single and 2 chain. This equals a double crochet. Inside of this magic circle, I'm going to continue to do a total of 12 double crochets. This is row 1. I'll meet you at the end. So I completed my 12 double crochets. I'm pulling in my magic circle to close it up. I'm coming in, we did the first one single and 2 chains. I'm coming in my second chain, closing it up with slip stitch. Try to bring the camera a little bit closer, see if that will help. Coming back in the same space and creating a single and 2 chain. This always equals my double crochet. In the same space, again, another double crochet, 1 chain space into the next space, double crochet. So we're building row 2 groups of 2 double crochet, space of 1 chain between the 2 double crochet groups. So we're going to have a total of 12 groups of 2 double crochet, 2 per space. 1 chain space into the next space. Okay, so complete your 12 groups of 2 double crochet, space of 1 chain. Okay, everyone, so I finished row 2, going into row 3. Now this is very simple to do. I have already patterns, many patterns with this base. So I've closed in with the slip stitch. I came in the same space and did a single, 2 chain, next space. We're going to increase 2 double crochet on the second double crochet of the group. 1 chain space. If your stitch, your tension is too tight, do a 2 chain space, okay? So 1 double crochet on the first one, 2 on the second. This is my increase. 1 chain, next double crochet, 1 double crochet on the first one, 2 on the second one. This is row 3. So as you see, row 3 has 3 double crochet, row 4 will have 4 double crochet, row 5 5 double crochet. I'm going to do until row 9 because this will be just a sample. Okay, so 1 2 3, not hard. We started with 1, groups of 2, we have 2 double crochet, 3, next one, always an increase of 2 double crochet on the last double crochet. So row 4, 1 double crochet, next space double crochet, and 2 together at the end. You'll have a total of 4 double crochet. I'm going to continue until row 9. If you want your doily or to be a centerpiece bigger, then just stop at odd number. Okay, like in this case, I'm going to do a 9. If you want to go bigger, you can stop at 11. Okay, so I'm going to continue mine until row 9. It's just an increase on the second double crochet. That's all there is. And then I'll come back to you once I am done. Okay. Okay, everyone. So I ended up doing 11 rows and not 9 because I found 9 to be too small even for as a doily. Okay, so row 12. I'm going to come back in. This is going to be very simple. It's just 1 double crochet per space, so single 2 chain and 1 double crochet per space. When you get to the increase, still do your increase. So 1 per space. We are here on the increase. I'm going to do the increase. I'm coming in where we have 1 chain and do 1 double crochet. And then 1 per space on each place. So the only increase is where we have the 2 on the last one here on the motif. We're going to continue to do the increase on the last one. Inside of the space, we're doing only 1 double crochet. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, I just want to mention, so I finished the tutorial, and as I finished, I came to the point on the next step that we're going to do now, you're going to do now, is these V's, okay? We're supposed to have 50 V's. I have 51 V, which I had to skip 1 in order to get the right amount for the flowers. So what you can do before you go any further, normally we do the V in 1, skip 2 space, and then go into the next. Skip 2 space, and then go into the next. What you can do is 2 times, skip 3 space, and go in the 4th twice. So you can have the right amount to have 50 V's. So we skip 1, 2. On the 3rd one, we create the V, and then skip again 1, 2. But instead, not instead, 2 times. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be one next to the other. Do a few, skipping 2, and then going to the 3rd. And then skip 1, 2, 3, going to the 4th twice. Once here or once anywhere else. So you can have the right amount of 50. And this way you don't have to skip 1 V like I did. Okay, so I decided to come back here before you go into the next step. That's what you're going to do now is the V's and have the right amount. As long as you have 50, you're good to go. That means that you have to skip twice, 3 spaces, and go into the 4th. Don't put them together. Put them 1 here and 1 there. That's all you have to do. Okay, enjoy the tutorial. Okay, everyone, so I decided to go with also multicolored green. I had a plan for one doily, and I decided to create something completely different. Why not? Maybe I can do a big centerpiece with this if it all works out. So I'm just going to go with the flow. Never know what I'm going to come up with. Had a plan of something, and I just came up with another plan. So I'm coming in, basically starting anywhere you want to, but I'm starting right at the beginning here of this double crochet. I'm going to do a single, and 2 chain for double crochet and 2 more for space. I'm creating little V's. So single, 2 chain for double crochet and 2 more for space. Should have hidden this little thread, which I will hide it. So I'm going to come in again, the same space to create that V. Bring that little thread along. One chain space. I'm going to skip 1, 2, and I'm going to come in the next one and create those V's again. Chain 2. One chain space, skip 1, 2, go into the third one. 1, 2, come into the same space. And this is what we're going to do all the way around. One chain, skip 2 space into the next one. Creating little V's all the way around. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished up. Now when I got here, skipping 2 into the third, this is where we started. That means I only have 1, and then it's right into there. Now what you could do is either you create one, or doesn't matter, it's only one space, or if you find that you are too tight into your stitch, your tension is extremely tight and it's not working out, then you can do 1, 2, 3, go in between the 3 and the 4. So that's like a little trick that you can do. So basically you'll have 1, 2 on the third one, 1, 2, and we're between the 3 and the 4. Okay, and then close it in. Just showing you little tricks that you can go about without doing extra, so it doesn't crumple up too much, right? Okay, so we're going to be creating leaves. Yes, because we'll be doing some flowers into this. Now, I'm going to come in and do a single and chain 12. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, until 12. So I've done my 12th chain. I'm going to skip 1 and come into the second with a single. Next one, half double crochet. Next one, another half double crochet. Next one, double crochet. We're going to do 5 times, so that's 1, 2, 3, 1 per space, 4, and 5. I'm going to do half exactly how we've done here. So we're basically decreasing like we've done there. Oops. Half. Another half. And the last one here, single. Okay, so you got this little leaf going. We're going to come back in that V with a single. We're going to do 12 chain again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Coming down to my 6th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your 6th one, I'm going to do a slip stitch. And then a single per space coming down. In all of them, 1 per space. Okay, and then a single inside of the V. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. And now we're going to create the same one as we did here. So 12, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. we're going to come down on the second one. 1, 2, single. Next one, and we're going to repeat the same thing. 2 halves. That's 1, 2, and 5 double crochets. Exactly what we've done on the other one. So I've done my 5 double crochets, and now we're going to repeat again the 2 halves and the single on your last one, exactly how we started at the beginning. So you got these 3 leaves. Well, here we're going to have the flower, so these leaves will be attached after with a chain. Okay. Okay, so we've done the other leaf. We're going to come back in and do a single. We're coming into the next V. Actually, we're going to do a chain space. Coming into the next V, doing a single, chain 2, and another single. Into the space with a single, single, chain 2, and another single. We're going to do this about 3 or 4 times. I have to see the distance. That's why I have to play it by ear. So we're making these little loops, but with singles, okay? Because this is going to stay like this. And then it's going to be attached. So we're going to go into the 4th one. Okay, so 1 chain, come inside. Nope. What was I doing? Yes, I was doing that. I don't know why I was getting all worried here for a second. That I was doing something wrong. Did I do? Yeah. Good heavens. 1 chain. I don't think I did a chain there. Probably don't need to since I'm doing the singles here. I think the chain is if I was going directly inside of the next one. Let's try this. Okay, so I didn't do a chain. 1, 2, coming into the empty space. I had to do a knot. I ran out of thread, which is no issue because I'm pretty good on hiding these knots, right? So 2 chain. Where are we at? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 2 chain. Okay, so now we need to create this all over again. I just need to see the space. Probably have to do it only with 3 and not 4. Maybe it'll work. I'll have to create this and see if this is going to work. If not, I will have to come back a space. So we're going to do those 12 chains again. Again, we're going to repeat the same thing as we did here. Exactly the same. We're just creating these leaves, and it's time for the flowers. I'm coming in the second one, doing a single, 2 halves, and 5 double crochets. One per space. I've done my 5 double crochets. I'm going to do my 2 halves, exactly what we did up top. It's just going to be a repeat now. And the single. Come back into your V. Try to hide that little knot that I have there. Do the single. Now 12 chain again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. Come back on your sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On my sixth, slip stitch, and then one single per space until the end. And then we're going to repeat the same leaf again and do exactly what we just finished doing. Okay, and then come back in that V with a single, and then do your 12 chains again, and do single, 2 halves, 5 double crochets, 2 halves, and a single. Okay. Okay, so create it again. Okay, let's just come back in. After you've done your single, come back in, do your single. I think that's what I had done before. It was one chain space and into the V. For some reason, I went directly in between spaces. Okay, let's try that. One chain space into the V. That's what we should have done. For some reason, I went in between, but no issues, no biggie. So, I mean, you could do it this way too, you know. So 12, 2, 3, no, what am I doing? Not too bright, right? Okay, so 1, 2, back in. One chain, come into the next V. 1, 2, back in. One chain, come into the next V. Like I said, if you're going in between, that's fine too. I made that mistake. I mean, I was doing good here until I came here, but no issue, no biggie. So we have 1, 2. We need to create those 4 V's again. One chain into the next V, 1, 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly like here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, coming into the next one, you create your leaves again with 12 chain. All 3 of them is 12 chain, and do the same thing. Single, 2 halves, 5 double crochets, 2 halves, and a single. Here is just 12 chain. Come back on your sixth, close it in with slip stitch, and do singles all the way to the end. And then you repeat the same process, and again the same thing. You can do it this way or you can do it this way. It's not going to make any difference. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end. Now, just before the end here, I have one extra V. I'm supposed to have 50 total. Of course, I've only become to find out now that I'm supposed to have 50. I have 51. So you can skip like I did. I went directly a single and a single right into the next V. So I ignored this V completely. But for some of you that might be creating a second pair or something. So what you would do, you would need to skip 4 down here. So what you would do is, instead of skipping 2, skip 3, go into the 4th, and then another one somewhere else, not so close. Skip 3 and go into the 4th. And now you have your 2 of them skipped, and you have your total of your 50 V's, okay? So pretty much that, it doesn't make any difference because that will be hidden anyway. So that V is ignored. I have 50 V's, which I will pin it up, the number of V's as I'm editing. I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to close it with a slip stitch. I'm going to cut my thread. We're done with the leaves. And come in. And just hide it in between the stitches back here. And now you can use whatever color you want. So I'm going to come in with my white could use a multicolored mix, it would be absolutely stunning. But because I'm just designing this one as I'm going, so I guess I'm learning to how the amount of count it is. So we're going to come on that single that we did here on the first leaf. Actually, no. We're going to come on the last one here. Single right on the corner. Okay. Grab the next leaf right after and into the corner also with a single. Of course, my stitch is always so tight, right? I'm sure some of you understand if you have a tight stitch. You could always grab a smaller hook and a single there. Okay. And then I'm going to do a chain 6, I believe. I'll see how I go. 2, trying to hide my leftover thread. 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to come inside of this little loop that we did here of the 6 chain, the middle one. And I'm going to do an incomplete 3 double crochets. Okay, and then I'm going to, so you have 4 on the hook. I'm going to take it out at once. I'm going to do chain 3, 2, 3, and I'm going to do this 4 times inside of this loop. Incomplete 3 double crochets and close it at once. 1, 2, 3, and again. So we're going to do this 4 times. One, two, three, and this is my last one. 1, 2, and 3. Close it once. So you have the first thing of flowers there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chain. Come back in. We're going to repeat the same thing. Come in the single that we have here. If you have to grab a smaller hook, then go ahead, single, and then into the next single, and repeat the process all the way around to the end. Okay, so let's see. If it pulls too much, then we'll need to do more chain. So I can see that it's pulling too much, so I'm going to have to do probably a chain 7. And this is how it is when we're creating. Sometimes it doesn't work. We have a certain amount in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to do 7. See how this works out. Whoops, incomplete, of course. And then do again the 4 groups of 3 double crochet incomplete, chain 3, till you have your 4 groups. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if your tension is too tight, then you can do an 8 chain, okay? We don't want it to be pulling too much, so single. Grab the next one. And again, single. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come into the middle one, and again, the group of 4 incomplete, the groups of 4, of course, groups of 3, 4 times, incomplete double crochet and chain 3 in between them. Got to see how this is working out. Okay, so this is better because it's supposed to be stretched out like that. Okay, so we're going to do this all the way around. If you need to do an 8 chain, then go ahead. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end. I've closed in with the slip stitch. I'm going to cut my thread and pretty much done with this one. And I'm going to come back in with my royal blue. Just going through the loops here because we're going to hide it on the next row, this thread. So it doesn't matter how you place it into the loops because it will be hidden. Now this pattern is my own creation. These flowers are inspired by Lucivania. Loved the way she created a table runner with it, and I decided to create my own doily with the same flowers. Now, like I mentioned, if you wanted to do, if your stitch is too tight, you can go ahead and do more chain stitch on there, okay? 6, 7, it doesn't matter the amount. You can do whatever is necessary for, so it doesn't crumple up, okay? Now, of course, you can use many other different colors for this finishing. I'm just going to use the royal blue. So we're going to come in the first loop here and do a single. So we're going to finalize this flower. Single. And 4 double crochets. And 1 single. Okay, so a single into the next space with a single and 4 double crochets and a single. And this is how we're gonna create the finalization of these flowers. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochets and a single. Okay, and then coming to the chain, we're going to do, so we had done 7, I'm going to do 7 singles. If I need to do more to cover that white, then I will. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So depending upon how many stitches, chain stitch you did, you do the same amount of singles. Come into the next one, and again 2, 3, do your 7 singles. Okay, and then back in with a single and 4 double crochets to complete the flowers. 3 and 4 and a single, and then into the next one, and repeat the same thing all the way around. Then you just pretty much spread them if you have different colors of thread. Okay, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, for some reason I decided not to use the blue on here on the flowers, so I went in with yellow. I know the lighting is horrible for this, right? But same Same thing as we're doing, just that I changed color, changed my mind. That's why it's always good to look ahead of the video, because sometimes I change my mind on things. It's normal as a creator, you know, sometimes I don't feel the color is right. Okay, so basically a single and 4 double crochets, and then do the amount of singles on your chain that you've done, and a single at the end. Okay. Okay, everyone. So pretty much done the flowers. I'm coming in now the last row with the blue. You can grab anywhere you'd like. So I'm going to come in the first single we did here on the flower, back loops only. And I'm going to do singles. So back loops, singles, all the way through the flowers. This row is all about singles, using back loops. Now when you get to here, we're going to come from behind and do a front loop with a single. Okay, so come from behind in the white, give it a good stretch, and single, and then continue back loops only. Very simple. And again, coming into this one again, front loop, front post I should say, not front loop, with a single, stretch it, and then back loops on the flowers. Again, front post coming in, and then where we have the chain, we're just going to do singles over singles, so nothing to it. Coming in where we have the connection here, do a single and keep going all the way through. So the front posts are only on the flowers to give that effect. So you're getting here to this one, so you would front post, single, then continue with back loops only. Like that. I think that looks so pretty. Okay, so that's about it for this, and I'll have the little video and pictures at the end. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you can see the well combination with colors on there, and that's why I wanted to incorporate also a different color than just the blue and white. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. I'll have the measurements and pictures and a little video at the end. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye. So once we've done the front loop, we are going to come in and slip stitch through all of the chain. So very simple. Even on here, between the connection of the leaves, just go in just like that. And then again, front post, and back loops. And again. Okay,